Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing something called cardio acceleration, and it's something I learned from a famous professional bodybuilder, Jim Stoppani. And it basically involves doing or pairing up a strength exercise with a more cardio-based exercise that gets your heart rate up. And the way it works is you select a strength exercise, perform it for about 8 to 15 reps depending on your goal, and then immediately after you switch over to a more cardio-based exercise and you perform that for time. So you perform that for, let's say, 30 to 60 seconds, however much time you need to get your heart rate up. And the reason you do this is because rather than just resting between one exercise and another, you're throwing in that active cardio or that active rest in the form of cardio to really keep your heart rate high. So cardio acceleration is a really good way to burn a lot of calories, and it definitely keeps you engaged in between your rest intervals. And overall, it's definitely a very intense training principle, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started.
So the first superset is going to consist of the Barbell Bench Press and the Goblet Squat. And we're going to be doing the bench press for reps and the Goblet Squat for time. So during the first exercise, you want to focus on your strength and your form. So go as slow as you need to complete the desired rep range. This is kind of your chance to breathe and get your heart rate back down before the bout of cardio acceleration that takes place right after the exercise. So immediately after the bench press, I'm going right into goblet squats, which are basically just a variation of the squat where you hold a dumbbell almost like you're holding a cup, even though I would never hold a cup that way. And you perform this for the amount of time that you need to reach a considerable level of cardiovascular fatigue or until your heart rate is nice and high. And right after, you repeat the strength exercise and so on. The second superset, we're going to be doing barbell bent over row and mountain climbers. And we're going to do the bent over row for time and the mountain climbers to get our heart rate up for time. So with the bent over row, you want to make sure that you have a flat back. And you do this by bringing your hips as far back as you can and by maintaining a slight bend in the knees. And make sure you choose a weight that's appropriate, because if done improperly, this exercise can be detrimental. Next, we're going to hop right into mountain climbers, and we're going to perform these for time. So to perform them for either 30 to 60 seconds, however long you need to get your heart rate high and really get your blood pumping. The third superset will consist of barbell squats for 6 to 10 reps and shoulder taps for 30 to 60 seconds. So the barbell squat is a very complex movement, and you want to first off make sure that the bar is not resting on your neck. So you can tell that the bar is kind of placed on the back of my shoulders, and it's placed on a muscle belly. So there's some muscle on the back of your shoulders, and you really want the bar to be resting there, not on your neck. And I'm dropping until I reach about parallel, until my thighs are parallel to the ground. However, this might be difficult if you experience chronic knee pain, or if you have bad form and are new to the exercise. You might want to try building into reaching parallel and starting off with half or even quarter squats. And then right after the squats, we're going to be doing shoulder taps for time. And the squat is a very challenging exercise, so you may find yourself fatiguing in the shoulder taps earlier than 30 seconds. The last superset we're going to perform consists of the shoulder press and dumbbell swings. So with the shoulder press, we want to bring the dumbbells to about mouth level before pressing up. And do not let the dumbbells hit at the top. You may see some people doing this at the gym. However, it's more likely that they're just trying to be obnoxious and hear the metal cling, because that additional range of motion just puts your shoulder in a bad position. Right after the shoulder press, we're going to be doing dumbbell swings. And these are better performed with a kettlebell. However, there was no kettlebell available, so I just grabbed a dumbbell of equal weight. And by grabbing it at one end of the bell, you get a pretty natural swinging motion, just like you would with a kettlebell. So it works. And perform this movement until your heart rate is very high. The last superset we're going to be performing consists of the easy bar curl and the alternating plank. So the reason we're using an easy bar is because the easy bar places less stress on the wrists. And what an easy bar is basically a bar that has kinks that allows for more natural hand placement. If there are no easy bars available at your gym, I would rather you perform this movement with a dumbbell, as you can pretty much put your wrist in any position you want. And really contracting at the top, feeling the squeeze and keeping our elbows locked in place at our sides, really isolating the biceps. Right after the bicep curl, we're going to be doing alternating planks, and you're basically alternating from a high plank to a low plank, but you got to make sure the entire time that you're not letting your core go loose. So I'm making sure my abs are contracted and really maintaining a solid core foundation.
Alright, so that concludes the cardio acceleration workout. And to summarize the principle, you basically combine strength-based exercise for 8 to 15 reps, and then immediately after that, you perform a cardio-based exercise for 30 to 60 seconds. And yeah, so the principle keeps your heart rate high, meaning you're burning a lot of calories. It keeps you engaged because you're virtually eliminating the rest. And it's definitely something that's very good to increase your conditioning and destroy fat. So you might be a little sore tomorrow. I recommend eating something carbohydrate and protein based, like chicken and rice. So that way it helps with your recovery, because tomorrow we're going to be combining all the principles we've done this week into one workout. So I look forward to it, and I'll see you tomorrow.